Welcome everyone to episode 426 of The Daily Mother Swole with your host Papa Swolio. Gotta flip this around. Flipping around like it ain't no joke. Welcome to episode 426. You gotta see the GOAT straight on. Can't hide the GOAT from all y'all. You never miss the GOAT. You're always here with Papa Swolio. Welcome and thank you so much for joining me for episode 426.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Of the Daily Mother Swole, live every day at 12 noon Eastern Time. You can also catch every episode on YouTube. That's YouTube at Swolenormous, not at GOAT. Don't go to the GOAT. Go to Swolenormous on YouTube and also SoundCloud, iTunes, and Anchor. You can catch some awesome audio. Check me out on iTunes. Check me out on the SoundCloud. Check me out right here every day at 12 noon Eastern Time. There's lots of sounds going on right now. There's mowing the lawn. There's fucking shitting birds, but we're in nature and we're getting yoked. Welcome to the fucking game train. So first off, make sure you like the broadcast, and if you've been following the Daily Swole, you've been following all Papa Swolio, and you love the knowledge nukes I'm dropping, banging your ear holes and your face highs holes every day, share the broadcast. Make sure you're sharing the broadcast. Spread the word. Tell your friends, your family, tell your pastor, tell your local butcher, and tell your congressman about Papa Swolio and the game train, because I'm coming for you. Drop a knowledge nukes, drop a just straight truth. If I drop something on my toe, I would tell you, because it's the truth. Got no reason to lie. Hurt like a motherfucker too, but I'll get over it. So welcome everyone, welcome on this Thursday, welcome on this amazingly gray kind of meh day, but you get some good lighting here. Let's talk a little bit more. Yesterday we discussed with my friend, discussed the fitness industry and some of the pros and cons, some of the things that you can look for in terms of pitfalls, some of the benefits, some of the things that you should be looking out for when maybe getting prepared to go into the industry, maybe looking to hire a trainer, maybe looking to become a trainer, or maybe you're already a trainer or a business owner and you're looking to bring someone on, or you're just kind of second guessing your decisions, or you're passionate about it and it might give you some different perspective for some trainers coming in. Because if you're on the other side and you own a gym, you got to hire some good people, so you need to know what's going through their minds. And not always do people experience every different aspect on their own. That's why, because I have done every single angle in fitness, I have a lot of perspective. So that's what makes my story and what I have to say unique, because I know from these different points of views, and I know a lot about the behind the scenes action. So it's an interesting industry, but let's talk today a little bit more about specifics. When in doubt, straight whiskey. It's a lot of whiskey. I mean, it's only up to here. It's only about jack up to here. Maybe a splash of water, I think. The ice melted at this point. Bruh. What up, Blake? What's going on, Richard? What's up, man? What's up, fam? So let's talk about the next item on our list. Let's talk about making sick gains, but let's talk about the proper exercise to make sick gains. Now, there's so many things you can do. There's so many exercises you can do. There's so many different machines when you walk into the gym. There are dumbbells, there's barbells, there's bands, there's chains. I mean, you see the shit that people come out with every fucking day. There's chains, there's big bands, there's all sorts of stuff. Half the shit, they're trying to sell you something. Like, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. A lot of these tools doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just doesn't need to be used all the time. I know some people, they get their hands on a fucking chain and they're using chains like when they eat their eggs in the morning. Like, they're putting a chain around their fucking arm and they're eating eggs. Or like they're lifting the toilet seat, like, there's a band around the toilet seat. Like, you don't have to use them every fucking move for every fucking body part. A lot of these things, these items, are literally just that. They're tools. They're tools. And think about it, and I've said this before about a mechanic, you use the tool for the job. If there's a certain part, a certain tool that will go for this screw or bolt on a car, you would use that tool, right? You use that tool for that job. You might use it once a month, you might use it once a year, but when you need it, you have it. And that's important. It's important to have the tool for the job that you need. But a lot of people are using tools for jobs. They're using tools, the wrong tools for the job and they don't realize it. Like they're using the wrong tool, and it kind of seems like it's working. It seems like it's the right tool for the job because they're either uneducated, they're lazy, or they're just straight up dumb, or they don't care, or they're told bullshit. That's why we're here, people. That's why we're here, to clear out the bullshit, because there's a lot of stuff that people say because people want you to buy their product. You know, I have services. I would like for you to use my services, but I'm not jaded in the concept that there are a lot of different options out there. There are many roads to success. I am here to show you definitely some great fucking roads. I'm here to show you a fucking freeway, because I have found through my own travels, education, and hard work what can work for many, many people. And before we get into the exercises, because I'm going to drop those on you, and they're simple. They're simple because I want you to think about these exercises as concepts. I want you to think the exercise as concepts, not so much like, if you do this curl, you're going to build more muscle if you do this curl. If you use this bar, you're going to get more muscle if you use this bar. How the fuck can you say that? How the fuck can you say that? Because weight is weight. Let's go there first. Weight is weight. If you have weight, let's say, you know, you have 10 pounds of rice and 10 pounds of water, it's still 10 pounds. Now, what that weight is made up of, and the lever arm and the angle of movement and the torque and, you know, the momentum arm and everything, those all factor in with biomechanics, with how the weight feels, how you perceive the weight. Now, there's certain things with bands and there's certain things with chains. There's certain things that make that weight, when those items are used, to feel different. It adds resistance in different areas of the joint angle, and it can stress the muscle more at different times than a standard dumbbell or a barbell. And that's where those things could be useful. However, putting all your eggs in one basket with things that are not the basics might lead you down the wrong path. And I want you to think of your weight training as basic. And there's so many programs out there, so many exercises out there, and there's so many things that people want you to watch on fucking, here on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. They want you to watch their videos, right? So if you're making an exercise video on Instagram and you're making an educational video, what are you gonna do? You're really gonna sit there and talk and be like, now this is the biceps femoris, it inserts onto the meat. No, you're gonna do something where you're balancing on your fucking head on top of a ball, on top of a plane, and you'll be like, wow, that's cool balance, like hardcore, you know? Yeah, street workout, parkour. And you're gonna do something that's visually stimulating, and people are like, wow, that's cool. Let me try to do a planche push-up, like it fucking matters. Let me try to do this one-arm handstand, you know, or these plyo jumps up these fucking boxes, all the way up the stairs. Wow, they did jumps all the way up 100 flights of stairs. It's an entertaining video on Instagram. Is that a good tool? Is that a good method? Most people, and let's be honest, and be honest with yourself, most of you watching this, you don't care how much you lift. You say you do. You don't care about your strength. You say you do, and that's where the bullshit is. You say you want to get stronger. You don't really want to get stronger. You think getting stronger will get you to your goal, so you say that. You know, you want to be more athletic. You say that, but you don't really want to be more athletic. You say that because you think being more athletic will have you looking like the body that you want to have. You think by being athletic, you will have abs. You think by being stronger, you will have bigger muscles. And they can relate. You can be athletic and have a great body. You can be stronger and have big muscles. But those are not mutually exclusive. Strength is related, but it's not dependent on muscle size. That's why you have some big guys that aren't super strong. Being an athlete doesn't mean you're going to have an amazing physique. It can mean you perform well, but doesn't mean that you're gonna have like chiseled and shredded and V-taper and aesthetics. It doesn't mean that. So what you're saying by you wanna be athletic is you wanna be lean, you wanna be sexy, you wanna have a low body fat percentage. You know, you wanna be mobile, you don't wanna have pain, you wanna be able to do things. That's what you say by being athletic. That's what you're really saying. When you want to be stronger, you wanna have muscles. When you say you want to be stronger, what you're really saying is you want to look stronger. Because in reality, there's some people that want to physically be stronger, but I'm here, you're not gonna hit me. When you're so swole, people honk when they back up because they think they're gonna, you know, bump into you. I'm in the backyard. That's what happens when you're so fucking young. I know. Right here, bro. Right here. I know you can see me. I am enormous. I'm Swolenormous. Must be his first day on the job. Anyway, where was I? Most of you don't really want to be strong. And I know I'm gonna get some messages like, no, I really wanna be strong, I wanna increase strength. But why? If I say, look, you're gonna look exactly the way you wanna look, but you're gonna be able to bench 200 pounds. You'll be able to bench 300 pounds, but you're not gonna look quite as good. What would you choose? Honestly, if you would choose 300 pounds, then you really don't wanna look good. If you choose 200 pounds, then you really didn't wanna get that strong. Not saying that 200 pounds is weak and 300 is strong. They're all strong, it's relative. And that's the concern that I have, that a lot of you want to get strong, but it's relative strength. And you go to the gym saying, oh, I only bench 150. Well, if you weigh 125, that's a lot more impressive than if you weigh 300 pounds and you're benching 150. So strong is fine. I'm not saying I want you to be weak. I'm not saying it's good to be weak. Hold on, dog string a little bit. Bella, get over here. Gotta put her in her place. Lay down. Watch how Papa Swolio owns the pooch. Sit down. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Yeah. Do as I bid. Do as I command, biatch. Good girl. You have to understand what you want. If you want to look a certain way, you could be strong. You could be strong and be big. You can be athletic and you can be lean and have that kind of type of physique, but just understand what you really want. And you don't have to be super strong to get super big. You know, it helps, it's related, but don't get the two things separated. Focus on what you truly want and then go from there. So the best exercise are basic exercise. Some of the best exercise to build muscle. First off, you have to be in an anabolic environment. You have to be eating a caloric surplus, you have to be eating enough protein, carbohydrates, and fats in order to fuel the repair, in order to fuel the rebuilding. So if you still got time right now I'm gonna go over the exercise, the most important exercises, the most basic ones, the ones that you need to have in your program. So you still have time to share the broadcast. So hit the share button. I'm gonna take a sip of water and we're gonna jump into it. Daily swole like a mother. Let's start with the bottom. Let's start with the legs. Let's move our way up. You need, and if you're not adding these in, you need to start globally. You need compound movements and you need increased testosterone. You need to get the most activity out of your body, the most bang for your buck. So where you're gonna start is with the big, heavy compound movements. There should be some form of deadlift in your training. There should be some form of squat. And notice I'm saying the word some form. There can be some form of lunge. There should be some form of Romanian deadlift, of stiff leg deadlift, whether it's assisted on like the leg press, with dumbbells or with a bar. There should be a basic pushing movement, whether it's dumbbell press, whether it's barbell press. And a lot of people ask me, which one should I do? Just fucking do one. I know. You're good. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. You got it, bro. So courteous, man. Always afraid he's gonna jam me up. Lunges can be something that you might need to be aware of, just because if you might have knee pain or hip instabilities, or if you're sitting down a lot, lunges might not be the best choice. A pressing movement, a bench press, a dumbbell press, a rowing movement, a pull-up, I believe you should have two. I believe you should be doing pull-ups in some respect, negatives or assisted pull-ups or isometric holds, but a real pull-up, not on a machine. Not with the knees on a pad, not on a seated lat pull down, an actual pull up, and some kind of a row, a dumbbell row, free bar, or a barbell row, or a T-bar row is also appropriate. Those are the main exercises. A lot of you are being like, well, what about arms? Well, we're talking about the most important exercise. Now, if you're gonna go per body part, you might wanna go into something like, okay, what's the best tricep exercise? What's the best bicep exercise? What's the best shoulder exercise? In all honesty, when you're starting out and you don't know what the best muscle building movements, in all honesty, let's put it this way. If you're not doing all those movements in some capacity that I just went over, you shouldn't be doing isolation on your arms. You shouldn't be doing isolation on your shoulders because you haven't gotten the basics yet, the foundation. Eric, arms are secondary. Yes and no. I mean, they're important, but you're using your arms when you're doing rows. I know you mean that. You're doing arms when you're doing pressing movements. You're working your glutes, your lower back, your legs, your core, your entire body when you're doing deadlifts, when you're doing squats. There's a lot of core activation. There's a lot of range of motion. There's a lot of stimulation for muscle repair after the fact. These are important elements. These are important elements, and some of you might be like, well, that's obvious. I mean, everyone should be doing a push. But think about your program. Are you doing everything that I just said? Are you doing deadlifts? Mark below, are you doing every single one of those every week at some point? Are you doing deads, squats, lunges, Romanian deadlifts, the stiff leg deadlifts? Are you doing a pull-up variation of sorts without assistance, whether it's a negative isometric hold or full-blown pull-ups? Are you doing a row? Are you doing a dumbbell or barbell row? And are you doing a press? Are you doing a dumbbell or a barbell press? If you're not seeing results, with those movements already, you're not doing them right. You're not doing them in the right volume. You're not doing them in the right, with the right rep range. You're not doing them with proper form, or you're not eating enough, because those movements can get so many results. And it is fascinating. It's fascinating, told Papa Swole, how many people do exercises that are really wasting time. You don't have to go to the gym and do 5 different exercises for chest. Just because there are 5 different machines or bench angles doesn't mean you have to do them all. There's so many people in the gym doing 10 exercises for one body part, doing 5 different exercises for curls, doing, 7 different exercises for legs, or doing 3 different or 4 or 5 different exercises for chest without mastering one. Focus on 1 or 2. I want you to simplify. Those are the best exercises. Simplify them and do 10, 15, 20 sets on one of those exercises. Fucking blast it. Focus on those. Focus on those, because you shouldn't be moving on unless you have mastery with the basics. You have to master the basics. And there are so many of you that are going to the gym and not mastering the basics. You're going through the motion. You haven't earned the right and the ability and the capacity to go to that next level, to start adding all this different variation. Why add variety? It's like undercooking chicken. Like, the chicken's still raw in the center, but then you're putting salt and pepper on it and be like, oh, that'll be fine. The chicken's not done. Chicken's not done, bro. Stop adding shit to the chicken. You can't put Sweet Baby Ray's on the chicken when it's raw and expect it to be good for you. It's gonna taste good temporarily, but you're gonna get sick as fuck. Gotta make sure the main course is ready before you start adding side dishes and start adding spices to it. Gotta make sure the meat is prepped. So what I wanna know is, in the comments below, what are you doing? What are the exercises that you do in place of what I said? Or what capacity are you doing? Are you doing a dumbbell or a barbell chest press? Are you doing deadlifts with a bar, with a dumbbell? Do you do sumo? Do you do standard? Do you have problems with your deadlifts? Do you have problems with any of these exercises? Do you have struggles with the pull-ups? I mean, a lot of you that are in my premium group, you know that I have videos on negative push-ups, on negative pull-ups, and these ways to do them free weight, even if you can't do them completely. What exercise, the ones I listed, are you doing? Are you doing your deadlifts? Are you doing your squats? Are you doing your lunges? Are you doing your Romanian deadlifts? Are you doing your pressing movement? Are you doing your pull-up? Are you doing your row? And I want to know which one you're doing, and I want to know how we can take it to the next level for you, because this is Swolenormous, people. This is no fucking joke. 90 DD, 90-day dash, Tony, fuck yeah. This is legit. There's no smoke and mirrors here. This is real fitness. This is how shit gets done. It doesn't get done by spreading your attention. It gets done by focusing, beeline, just charging. Balls to the fucking wall, right to the target. And a lot of you are using a shotgun spread. You're going too wide. You gotta focus, you gotta figure out what you want, and you have to do exactly what it takes to get there. Those are the best exercises. Not surprised, not entertained. Oh, you knew those already? Well, if you're not getting results, you're not doing those correctly, because those are the best and those are still around and those are basics for a reason. They fucking work. So if you're wondering, what's the best exercise for this? Well, what's the best exercise for that? The one that works for you. The one that works. The reason why some of these exercises stick around for 100 fucking years is because they work. And your body is the same as everyone's body that was born in 1940 and the same as everyone's body that was born in 1850. You have the same physical structure. If it worked then, it works now. Do it. Do that shit. And Jennifer, if you don't know what RDLs are, you got to keep on following. Check out the videos in premium. Check out all the content here. Romanian deadlifts are the shit. You want that glute hamstring tie-in? Absolute gold. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 426 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular podcast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. And remember, if you ain't enjoying the most muscular podcast in the realm, maybe you're enjoying the most muscular broadcast, live broadcast. We'll call it a Swolecast. Every day, live 12 noon right here on Facebook. You can catch them all on YouTube and SoundCloud and iTunes. And also, make sure you drop me a line. Check out Swolenormous Audio on Anchor. And that should also be on iTunes as well. Other audio clips, cool shit, motivation, little knowledge nukes. You can use the Anchor app to call into the show, call into me and get featured. It's pretty badass. So love you guys. Peace, McGee's, deuce, Magoose. I'll see all of you tomorrow for episode 427. Catch me on Instagram and Snapchat. Peace, McGee's, deuce, Magoose. Get huge, get swole. It's Throwback Thursday. It is Thor's Day. Let's live it up. Later, guys.